Sorry for that interference. We're going to continue our reading now. There was a massive interference I just had to deal with. A lot of phone calls. Whitney just had to lay down the law because I'm a lady of the law. So, Miscuze for that interruption of why I had to leave the previous live super. It's because of the interference that is now completely taken care of. Well, for now, anyways. So you won't be hearing anything that's not supposed to be here. So we're going to continue this. Man, that was so ironic because I just had to step up and do something, and it was kind of like the exact energy of what was just being channeled, which you love. You know me and the word irony. It is a fickle bitch. It's actually just should be called divine timing. I gotta get that winter air in here. Holy crap, I'm hot. Okay, I'm already getting the psychic sweats. This is a huge fucking message. Whatever it was, again, I think I was just living proof of that first message coming through, because what I just had to do, oh my God. People are so stupid. I just can't believe the law. I called so many people to help this animal today, and nobody freaking would. I called the Humane Society. I called the wildlife. I called the police. Oh my God, to deal with this animal. Oh my God, my poor heart is just aching right now. So we are going to see what the hell that just was, because it really did. People don't think I'm going to step up for an animal. You're absolutely fucking crazy. I don't care what kind of trauma I'm in. Trust me, an animal just breaks my heart. Okay, so we got Neptune, 10th house, and Leo. Coming through. You know, if you've ever watched this channel, or if you watch me, I've talked about where I live, and I call it the ghetto Melrose Place, because it's more like the crack Melrose Place. It's like the meth of Melrose Places. And how that kind of there's a lot of things in here that reflect that, okay? And basically what I'm seeing is there's definitely been some type of, everybody calls me crazy here. That's basically the moral of the story. I'm Dutch. I talk really loud, and my sister talks really loud. And so people think we're crazy and that we fight and that we're super loud. And my landlord calls me cuckoo because he thinks I'm crazy. And all of that is fine because nobody fucks with me. And I'm probably one of the biggest pussies ever, but I will fucking stand up. I've never hit anybody, but people are more scared of my energy than they are of me, because my energy, I use my energy in a way that I don't have to hit anybody. It's genius, okay? I would rather people think I'm crazy and think I'm going to, as I'm looking at this icicle, thinking I'm going to icicle them and kill them, okay, than have somebody break into my house, have somebody try to rob me, have somebody try to jump me, rape me, abuse me, steal from me, anything. I'd rather them go, oh my God, there goes Whitney, and fear me a bit than ever think that they can fuck with me, because I don't have some man walking beside me. I don't have some dog walking beside me. I don't have any protection. The only protection I have is my voice, okay, and my ability to be crazy. Aquarius, okay? We're geniuses. We know how to make people think. We're so fucking crazy while we're like, perfect. Love it. And we'll give into that just a little bit just to make it alive, a little bit more real. We're going to give you a little bit of like a 3D version of what we could do and our kung fu moves, just so then that little bit of information we told you really sinks in, and then you shit your pants when you see it in action. Even though they don't know that I'm basically like, you know, if I was a bullet, I would be a blank. You can shoot me and I'll make a bang, but I ain't going anywhere. Okay, so that's, you know, you wear your, because I want to be smart. I don't want to break my fingers. I got to shuffle tarot cards. I'm a fucking bartender server. I got to have my hands. Okay, I don't want to fuck with my hands. All right. And also, I don't want to get into a fight. Okay, like that's so trashy and so ghetto, and I'm better than that. You're better than that. I mean, it's to be fighting. Okay, this isn't high school anymore. If you fight somebody, they're gonna sue you. Okay, it's not 1995. Okay, you're not just gonna get away with it and shake hands and what? Okay, someone's gonna sue your ass. Okay, so I feel like, long story short, with the Neptune energy of illusion. Okay, thank you very much, and the 10th house of reputation. I think you, with Leo here, people are illusioned by your strength. Bingo, bongo. Thank you, Spirit. People are fucking scared of you. If that's what you wanted, mission accomplished. Okay? People are fucking scared of you. And you know what? Good. Good. All right. Give it to me real here. Give me Neptune energy. If you keep doing this, you might die. That's the first card. With Capricorn energy. Evaluation time. You crazy. People think that what you do, you're going to kill people. If you fuck with them, you just might die. I don't know. Maybe you got it out there. Fuck with me. Might be your last day. Just saying. You poke me. Not the kind of bear that you want nosing around, okay? Mars and Saturn with the ego. This is what I'm saying, people. Meated and wheat. Look at gone and vanished. Pussy side of you, gone and vanished. Map change. This is what I'm talking about. Time and time again, to never be here again. Okay, the infamous loop is done. It's done. Oh, man. What is the song coming in my head? Oh, come home, I come home. There are lies to be told. But I can't remember your name. Oh, I can hardly remember my name. But your eyes don't lie. Oh, that's Kingfisher. Wouldn't have it any other way, and I don't mind. It's just another thing I heard you say. Hold my hand and take a step where we can start, and I'll call you when it's over. Okay, eyes don't lie. Neptune. Because, I mean, there's a part of me, you know, like, that's the thing. There's a part of the illusion that's not a lie. There's a part of collective, that crazy part that comes out that's not a lie, but yet can be contained and controlled. But if released, can do serious damage. And people need to understand that sometimes. And, you know, those people, like, for instance, the overly masculine women that meet the Mars and Saturn ego in a man and think that they can trump it, think that they try to battle it, right? They try to make the male appear more vulnerable and squash his ego, right? Reveal yourself. Men in their ego don't necessarily want to step out of it to try to reveal some type of love they have for you. They don't do it on their own. Getting them to do it is definitely not the answer. What is this about? New destination. Uranus energy, quick. Like I said, okay, from that last live, that huge interference, I had to call the police. I got 5 or 6 different calls from my landlord. I called the Humane Society. I called Pause again. I called the Humane Society again. Then I called the police again. Then I called my landlord again. All in the time that I was live and then in this blank and then live again. You should have heard how many times my phone went off. My sister was like, Jesus Christ, Whitney, your phone's going off again. It was like emergency 911 in my house with this fucking dog that somebody abandoned in the middle of winter. Who the fuck abandons a dog in the middle of winter? All I want to say. And you can't take the dog and then drop him off anywhere, or you're considered the abandoner. What the fuck? You try to bring something to a shelter and now you're getting charged with abandoning it. Oh my God. Okay. So somebody fought my ego, and my ego is not, I'm not a dude, and I have confidence. Okay. So my ego is like, okay, everybody needs to calm down and relax, but that's okay if you don't want to. All right. Dealing with this. Okay. And what's so sad is that I'm calling to get this dog. I'm calling to get this dog picked up. I'm trying so hard. And then suddenly he just vanished. Somebody opened up the gate because they didn't want to hear him barking anymore, because he's been locked out of the apartment because the tenants are gone. And somebody just let him out, and he just ran out into the road, and now he's gone and nobody knows where he is. And that's what happens when you're dealing with energies that are trying to act like they're the adults and they're the mature ones that make the mature decisions, yet they abandon their animals, their babies, their projects, their contracts, just completely abandon them. Okay, because now all of a sudden they're not in a relationship anymore. Or now all of a sudden the facade of their life with that creature that they're no longer in contract with doesn't mean anything, right? Especially with people like, for instance, a lot of accounts on Instagram of parents appearing to be parents, right? And then getting arrested for like the opposite of being a parent. But they've got a lot of videos about parenting. Irony. Again, that's what we love about the channel, is the irony of your enemies. Okay. Literally walking, talking fake fucks, acting like they're the real thing. Okay. And you now are going to challenge somebody in their ego, acting like they're the real thing, and they couldn't be fucking faker if they tried, if anybody tried. Okay. And that's the thing, is when you open up your third eye, okay, and you're communicating, and like you got your ancestors, you got God up there, you got things you talk to, people can't fool you. Okay. There can be a facade there, a little mirage for a while, but for the most part, nobody's going to be able to fool you. Okay, your gut intuition on people is majority going to be correct if you follow it, because your guides are always going to be filling you in on what to do and what not to do. What is this? Oh, the Knight in reverse. He must choose one to continue. He has to choose something to continue. Okay, so that's almost like the video game where you come up to a level and you have to choose the next of where you want to go. Map change. Okay. Are you going to continue to let your ego, rule you in a sense where maybe this is something like God testing you to go with your intuition and, the head over heart decision, to go with your intuition on something that you normally wouldn't do and stick your nose in, but somebody's getting hurt, somebody's getting neglected, somebody's getting abused, and that's God testing you on if you're going to do something about it or not, or if you're going to play the cool guy and just let something suffer, right? Or are you going to step up and be the man that calls about the chipmunk or the squirrel that got ran over and is suffering on the side of the road. I got tested for this back when I was in grade 5, I think. So I don't really know why I had to get tested for it again, but apparently we get tested all the time. We know this. But in grade 5, I went home for lunch, and instead of going home, I just decided to go up and down the bike path. And very dangerous, by the way. I don't know what I was thinking, but suddenly the squirrel was in front of me, and he had obviously been hit because he was dragging his back legs, and I couldn't leave him. I don't know how old I was, but I might have even been in grade 3. Like, I'm pretty sure I might have breached the boundaries of the elementary school, and I was just walking up and down the ravine by myself. Because Whitney did that a lot. You really couldn't confine her. I would jump fences. Actually, I would crawl under them. I would dig and crawl under them. And I think I crawled out a jail, kid jail, and AKA elementary school. And so I did. I crawled out from underneath the fucking fence, and I'm walking up and down the ravine, and there's the squirrel dragging its whole body, black squirrel. And I picked it up. I picked it up. I cradled him like this. So, his face and everything, he really couldn't fight. He was, paralyzed. And I carried him back to school. And I walked him in, into the office, and this, oh my God, I forgot. The secretary was like, Whitney! Yep. I got a squirrel and it's paralyzed. She got a box, right? She just threw something around the office and got me to put this thing in a box and called the Humane Society right away. And I had to sit outside with the box, and the Humane Society came and got him. And it happened so fast. I can't believe the Humane Society did not come for this dog. I don't know why I had to remember that, but you might have, that's the thing is somebody that contests you, somebody that says you're not going to step up, you're not going to do this, you're going to watch something suffer, is because they just watched something suffer. Possibly you didn't do anything. So they're going to say that you're going to watch something suffer, you're going to watch something die, and you're not going to do anything because somebody watched you and nobody did anything. So therefore, you're going to do it too. As if they're trying to pass something on to you. As a hereditary gift of you're an asshole. So I can feel it. They're trying to pass this legacy on to you that you will pass the sick, you will pass the needy, you will pass people because you're late for work, you've got better things to do, you won't call the Humane Society. Again, you've got better things to do with your time, when that's, for all they know, that's what you do as a side hobby. Who is that? Who is that in there? Is that Axl Rose? I can't see shit. Yep. What up, Axel? Okay. Honestly, it's just one of those things. It really sucks that it's throughout your life that you have to get tested on things that you've already passed because somebody decided to pass on you. And because they did that, they assume you're going to do the same. It's like the pay it forward from hell. Right? The devil just pays it forward with everybody, and they expect you to do the same. And I remember that happening. I remember this scam that happened, and it was in my dreams, I'm pretty sure, and I got scammed out of something. And the whole part of the dream, the illusion, the Neptune, the whole part of the dream was that because I got screwed over, this whole next group came in, and I had the ability then to screw one of them over, right? Just like I had been screwed over with my group of people. So now I had the ability to screw these people over, and I didn't. I was like, I don't do this. I don't know why I keep getting the same lessons about fucking people and screwing people over and hitting people, violence. I'm not violent. I don't hit people. I don't screw people over. I don't scam people. But yet I'm constantly in some ever timeless loop. Okay, is that still on the bottom of the deck or on the top card? No. Oh, look it. But scam is on the top of the loop or top of this, which is fucking weird. Okay, with vanity. Okay, that makes sense. Coming up, the real scam is the vain. Okay, is the vainers, is the super fucking licious, I think that image is everything, idiots. That's the real scam, okay? And the con artists are about to find out that you're not somebody that fucks around. I don't know why they keep thinking that you are. But for some reason, we got another checkup here, and somebody's trying to say that you just let everybody treat you like shit, and you just roll over it, and you just let people run all over you, and you're never going to stand up and do anything, and you're so weak. And You're Leo goddamn energy. There's nothing weak about you. Just because you're not out there showing your dick to everybody doesn't mean you don't have one. Like, oh my, I mean, if you do, you know what I mean? The analogy of it, okay? Seeking advice over you, talking about you behind your back. Tisk, 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 tisk. You see what I mean? People talking shit. People acting like you are something and they have no idea who you are. They have no idea who you are. They're completely illusioned. And that's the scam, because they can see that something is right in front of them, yet they're going to be like, no, I don't want to see it. No, I've said no. I didn't want the truth. If the truth is right in front of you and you choose not to see it, you don't get to use that in court. I didn't look at the truth because I didn't want to see it. Okay, well, then you're just an idiot. Oh, when you walked away, it changed everything. Scorpio energy, dealing with your power. You see, so many people in collective are dealing with these narcissists that claim that they have so much power or they want so much power, but they're not willing to manifest it. They want your power. They want your authority. And it's an illusion. They're never going to have it, but doesn't mean they don't want it. Doesn't mean that they won't try to beat you up and take it, right? Like, yeah, they'll beat you up for your morals, yet they won't just set some for themselves. Ooh, a tethered heart. Look at this. This came up the last reading too. So somebody's definitely bonded to you in some way, which is maybe why they think they can intimidate you. Yeah, this could be like, again, you know, just abusing their authority in some way. And they're the real scam. So they're going to try to say that you're the scam, to try to cover up their scam. I mean, it's so kindergarten. The lure in reverse. The only thing is that I don't really think that collective can get lured into this shit anymore. Who's that? Hey, Jess Two-Tone. What up, Two-Tone? Okay, like I just don't think you can get lured into this bullshit again, into this illusion that your strength means nothing, because your strength means everything. You have to have it to fight back, okay? To get even, to even just pull yourself out of the gutter. If you don't have your strength, your ego, your beautiful Mars energy, God, just roll over and die already. Just kidding. You know what I mean? But like, you need that shit. That's the only way you're going to stay focused, is with that Mars energy, being able to be active. Okay. Now we have no, absolutely not, to hanging in a jury with the Venus energy. Okay. So absolutely not. Will you, it's like you're not, I don't really, like, I think with that no is that you're not going to give up. You're not going to just be easily persuaded into something else anymore. You know, just because like the crowd all goes left, it's like maybe you're used to going left. Now you're going to go right. Some people are just not to be tested. And yet for some reason, oh, look at that chain reaction. Illusion, see? Drugs and alcohol. There's Neptune again. Telephone game. See, we don't like that telephone game because it starts off with the right message, ends up something totally fucked up. You want to know why? Because people don't want to tell the truth about you. They want to twist it. Okay, ain't nobody trying to get the truth about you out. They want to twist that shit around. They want to make you look at the monster, the villain, the person who's crazy. Okay, like, again, you just gotta be confident in yourself. I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me. I don't give a shit. Like, only people who know me really know me. And if you really know me, I'm fucked. Okay, because then you know everything and you know I'm a pussy, and that sternness means shit. And you can, oh my God, I had this one boyfriend, every time I got stern with him, motherfucker, he was so sarcastic, and like, sarcasm is the shit. Okay, people who are sarcastic and that can use it to their advantage is probably the funniest fucking humor ever. And he would say something knowing that I was just angry. You know, he would say something, make me laugh instantly. Okay, most likely buy me food, because he knew that if I was angry about something, I was probably hungry. Okay, and yeah, usually tell me a joke, feed me. And then he'd be like, oh yeah, he used to say to me, check yourself before you wreck yourself. And then that would make me laugh, because I'd be like, fuck, I know, I'm just yelling because I'm angry, right? Like, there's a chain reaction here. And like, if you're going into the rough end, okay, you need those people that can call you on your bluffs and that know, you know, but those other people who want to see you in a vulnerable state, they want to use that and turn it into aggression. And now suddenly you're the bad guy that was crying outside versus the one who just got fucking hurt. Okay. It's like, because aggression can change how people perceive you. And like, if people are fucking around, then they need to see that aggression sometimes. So then they know it's there. Right? So then they know not to fuck with you. So then they know, like, hey, that person's got a little bit of a glitch. I wouldn't fuck with them, you know, because people who do have a little bit of a glitch can't take being fucked with anymore. You fuck with them, that might be the last thing you ever do in this world. Okay. And those are a little bit of fucking crazies. Okay. And like, they're around and they're just normal people that have been manipulated for way too long. Okay. And like, that's kind of part of this movie that I was talking about. I think in the first part, tenderness I was talking about with this kid, and his aunt was talking about him and why he killed her sister, right? Because he got put in jail for killing his parents. And she goes, well, my sister was the kind of person who didn't know how to be a parent. And then suddenly she had an adolescent son that she couldn't control. So she drugged the feelings out of him. And unfortunately, with parents who drug their children, okay, even if it's ADHD, even if it's any type of attention or any type of hormonal imbalance or, you know, any type of imbalance, these parents' immediate reactions are to medicate until your child is normal, medicate until you feel like you can handle it, medicate. And all that's doing is slowly numbing whoever the patient is into a small, little, tiny black hole until they don't exist anymore. That's what medication does. But of course, it's going to calm your child down, right? Instead of working with the child, which any parent can do. But it takes time. It takes effort. It takes, sacrifice, like money, in order to understand a child. Why would the first thing be medicate? What the fuck does that even mean? Medicate? Before you even understand? Okay. Anyways, right? You can undo a lot of damage, but you have to want to. Even with kids, you can undo fucking psychological damage for 20 years. You can undo that shit, but you have to want to. You have to want to be looking for answers. You have to be wanting to seek, the light after such a devastating effect, which is why I don't feel like collective can be lured into such a toxic place again, right? Just doesn't seem like that's where, once you open up your third eye, can be lured into, because that's robot shit. That's for the people who aren't awake. That's for the people stuck in the matrix. Let them suffer and die. Okay. If that's what they want, if they're not going to open up and wake up, then they're just going to suffer and die. Like anything else, like that dog outside. But if there's somebody willing to fight for them, okay, then they might just have a chance. Okay. You have to know what side of the battle you're on. Okay. And if you're on the side of the battle that everybody's fighting, okay, then that's where they're obviously fighting you because they're under some type of illusion that they can do that because your strength means shit. Somehow people have gotten the wrong message of you. Okay. And it's time that that message be set straight. Okay. And however way you want to set that straight, that's the thing, is there still has to be the illusion of aggression somewhere in there to let people know, yeah, by the way, that's still there. So I might be, all cool, collective, smiley, happy today. Fuck me again. You're never going to see this person again because this person will be gone and you're going to meet your new maker, because that's what happens when collective gets bent over when they're adults. Okay, you want to bend over an adult? Wait till it's over, because that motherfucker's going to get it back or fucking get shot in the head. Okay? People in older years do things a little bit differently than when you're 20 or in your adolescence and you're still scared of the police or still getting scared of getting caught. Okay? Like, right? Again, it's all you turn into a psychopath. Guess what? Your parents raised you to become a psychopath. Okay? Like, I'm a little fucking psycho. And I'm not going to say that I did that to myself, because I didn't. I was the 8-year-old rescuing squirrels from ravines that were paralyzed. The pedophile I lived with, along with the alcoholic, abusive piece of shit, they're the ones that turned Whitney psycho. But Whitney also has other personalities that keep her on the ground, keep her motivated to keep doing this. Because we all have, different characteristics about ourselves. Like, I am also moonshine. That is the channeling side of myself, right? And then there's Whitney, very intellectual, very straightforward. You fucking lie to her. That'll be the last fucking lie you ever tell to her face, because she'll be walking away from your ass. Okay. And then there's like this other side of me that's, very just wants the best out of everything. Right. And when you put all those personalities together, you become a very kick-ass person. But remember, you're built up of little pieces of yourself, you're still that little kid that you were back then. You still have bits of your adolescent hood. You still have when you popped your cherry or, lost your virginity. All those pieces of you are still here, right? What they did was try to chemically imbalance something that was damaged because of what they started. Always remember that the way that you ended up isn't necessarily because of you. It's a lot of where you grew up and how you were raised. Okay, so, the real scam, okay, is not you. The real scam is them thinking that you're still that little kid that they can lure into a dark place and destroy. And you're not. Okay, so last card, we have something is going on behind your back. Hidden enemies lurking. You versus 3. So this is what I mean by something, these people under these illusions attacking your character, attacking what has taken you years to become, right? All because of vanity, all because they think you're supposed to look some way or talk some way or be some certain way. And because you're not, you're going to appear different. You're going to appear as a scam. But anybody that says collective is a scam is only saying you're a scam because they have fallen, are the scam. So that whole it's almost like the monkey see, monkey do thing is really prominent with these people and the devil, they really want to follow what these nasty ass energies are doing. So by you walking away from their energy, you walk away from the illusion that they can take your strength from you and change you because of this bond that once fucked you. Okay? And all I saw was absolutely not. Exactly. Absolutely fucking not. Not again. Not again. This is a lesson that you don't need to learn again. That's why I'm like, it's really weird with this dog. Like, I've been there, done that. Like, I have so much compassion for animals. It's fucking ridiculous. Okay, I take my snake out. Yeah, he's still doing zoomies. I take my snake out like 100 times a day. My sister's like, you have no idea how lucky your snake is on how much you play with him. And I'm like, I know. Like, my animals are spoiled. I spoil them. I don't know. Like, I told you, my tetras, my little baby tetras get fresh shrimp every day. Okay? Tell me I don't have compassion for animals. Oh my God. I'll shoot you in the temple just for being dumb. Because you know what I don't have compassion for? Idiots. Okay. 12th house of endings, terminated. Drugs, alcohol. There's Neptune again. Pisces energy again. Ah, you see what I mean? Somebody's fucked. Okay, somebody's just, I don't know if they're way too intoxicated or like, I don't know why my neck just started itching. I don't know if they got a noose around their neck, but like, in a world called catastrophe. I just started getting that song, Matthew Goodband, In a World Called Catastrophe. Remember how it started? 'Cause since then, I'm a waste. Yeah. In a world called catastrophe, they better not fucking all of a sudden challenge you again. Honestly, like, I've like read some very stupid people on here. Ooh, look it. All of a sudden, a tethered mind. Oh, how my mind wanders. See, I don't know, man. Somebody that's under this illusion with you, they know it's in their mind. They know they're being challenged by you. And if they don't acknowledge that who is testing them against you is the devil, they're gonna end up in jail or something. You know what I mean? Because I think that's why the 10th house is here. I think that they're being programmed by something to almost attack you under this illusion of Neptune. They're attacking your strength. They're attacking your will. They're attacking the beast inside of you. And that beast inside of you, that's that whole, you know, poking the bear. Like that bear, if they do this, like I said, bears, you know, bears, they don't really like, I mean, the way they eat, they gorge on things, right? Like they rip things apart, and it's just, they torture. I mean, it's weird how bears eat with those giant ass claws and those big ass teeth. They certainly eat absolutely ridiculously. Okay. And they rip things apart. And the way that I see this, if they're going to attack that inside portion, they better realize what they're attacking, because this comes down to, this isn't something that you have to show them. This isn't something that you have to stand on your balcony and punch your chest. This has nothing to do with that. This Leo strength is inside. People don't usually even see it, right? Because that's your perseverance. That's your animal instincts. That's everything that's inside of you that makes you who you are. Especially if you're like a Leo rising, you rise like a fucking lion, okay? Rise like it, or you go down like it. Trust me, your inner lion, that beast, is not to be fucking fucked with. And usually people that carry the beast, okay, do get tested on keeping that beast inside. That's that beast that will get you arrested. That's the beast that gets you to do things that you shouldn't do. But you technically are allowed to do, you know, with the whole eye for an eye thing, just because, you know, the law might frown upon it. In the words of Karma, she says, technically, if they take it, you're allowed to, you know, get it back. Okay. So in the eyes of nature, for them to do this, I'm going to tell you right now, this is the dumbest thing they will ever do in their lives. And again, with the test, this isn't a test for you. This is a test for them. Okay. And it's very unfortunate because, but I mean, again, this means that you're an adult. This means that you're an adult, and your test is somebody is really, I think you're the teacher now giving the test, right? And now you're supplying the test and going like, bitch, I already passed this. I already did everything. Like, now I hand it out for people like you because you need to learn the test. Remember that spirit switches it. It might seem like you're going through it, but you're not the victim of it. Right? If this is the case, you won't be the victim of it. You'll actually be the teacher of it, which is fucking deep. Okay, that's why we had to have that little intermission. Okay, because something is going deep. And, I was a little bit pissed off that the whole reading had to get shut down the way that it did, because I was like ready to, do the live and do what I needed to do. But always remember that I agreed with spirit to channel the energy that's going on right now, the current energy. That's my gift to you. This is like having an astrology chart being laid out to you, right? So I won't fuck with current energy. Whatever it has to be will be. So if that means I had to stop the live, fight a war, and then come back just to tell you how it went, I'm game. I always am. I very rarely will, only take time off when I have to. But this really sucks, because what had to transpire for somebody to learn a lesson really fucking sucks, because somebody, a dog got hurt, another dog possibly got ran over, just to teach somebody a lesson. That seems kind of fucked up to me, but whatever. We don't sign up for the individual missions, we just sign up for the entire thing. So, that's like when you're a nurse and you get the shitty cases. You can't always get the clean ones. You know what I mean? Is that Steven? What up, Steven? I have really bad lighting right now. I should put more onto my screen. Just give me a second. Oh, yeah, my darkness is way down. Like, why am I so fucking blind, man? I don't want to be an... Oh, my God, Jess, I'm right there with you. Being an adult sucks. You have to make the worst decisions ever. But I couldn't be a kid again, or I would fucking kill my parents, so... Okay, next message, most likely going to be the end. All right, thank you for liking the video, everybody. I hope you all are having a fantastic evening. I have no idea even what time it is. Ooh, 7:37. I love that number. It's also a plane. Ooh, look at this. Choose a new direction with beautiful possibilities. Take what resonates, everybody, and discard what doesn't. Oh. All right. Give it to me, because I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Hex! What the fuck? Beautiful possibilities and choose a new direction. With Hex, your life is in danger. I really wasn't expecting that. The oldies but goodies? Horrible choice in reverse. There's the boat. Choose a new direction. The boat. Serendipitous. Oh my God. Okay, so I had a vision. All right, Martin Luther King again here. I had a vision. I think it was in a dream. So go back 15 years ago. This is the analogy, okay? I go back in my life 15 years ago to a guy and his wife. I meet his wife. his wife was just, I don't know what it was about her, or what it was about me, but for some reason, nobody really liked her. And I didn't really know anybody. And I don't know if you know me, but like, I'm like chatty Cathy. I'll just talk to the most awkward person in the room because like, I know that they're, everybody is, bullying them. Like I will go to the person who's always bullied, right? Or being ignored, or the one that everybody makes fun of or something. And anyway, so I go up and I'm talking to this woman because nobody else will talk to her, right? And I didn't know that nobody else was talking to her, but I didn't know her. So I thought I'd introduce myself and talk to her. Anyways, this guy appears in my dream. He ended up breaking up with that woman. They went their separate ways. It was totally amicable. They just didn't want to be together anymore. And apparently that man, in this analogy, in this dream or whatever, he got feelings for me because of how I was with his wife. So, long story short, this vision, was basically this guy telling me that he had made a horrible choice back in the day. And he believed a hex that he shouldn't have about me, I guess. And if he could go back to the past, he would, and switch around something that happened. Now this is the analogy that happened in the dream. And basically then me and him lined up, right? Because even though I think he even had a kid, he even got married, and still, so 2 marriages, a child, and he's coming back around to it. This is how it is in the dream. He's coming back to it now, and I'm still single, and now he's single after all of that. And he's said in the dream, man, if I could have just went back, I would have just got a divorce right there and married you. And that's just how the dream is. I don't really know how this plays out in real life, but that was my vision last night. This is exactly how this is playing out in the cards. Beautiful possibilities. We choose a new direction from the past that was hexed by somebody who made a horrible choice, and moved away from you when they should have moved towards you. This is the analogy. So, woo-wee. I always wonder if these dreams happen or not. All right, it's just so weird. My dreams all the time. What up, Ryu? Release desire to control, cut the cord, and sacred friendship. You see what I mean? Release the desire to control the fact that this cord got cut, because, and I mean, if you think about it, like, technically, I would still kind of say that, like, this guy's my friend. Like, even though I don't talk to him and I'm never around him, but, like, he owns a store in town. I still go to his store. I still participate in his life. And this is just the analogy. I don't know if this guy likes me or not, but I'm just saying, this is how it showed up. So I don't know. Maybe he does have a major hard on for me. I don't really fucking know, but whatever it is, we do kind of have this weird friendship because we know each other for so long that sometimes the people that you might not have been the tightest with, right? But you still could consider a friend, right? You could still be like, well, I mean, out of a friend or a foe, like if nothing bad happened, you just had this huge time apart, then it doesn't necessarily mean that they don't like you or that they hate you. It's just your time, your lives spread apart, but now, they're merging back together again. Merge, And I'm picking this up on this reading. So this vision, let me know if it happens to somebody, because I want to know if somebody comes back a long time ago that was married that should have chose you right after their marriage, but they didn't. They went and hooked up with somebody else, and then that went bad too. Wolfgang. Yeah, this is my second live, Wolfgang. We kind of got a little thrown off track, okay? This is that reading. If somebody has somebody like that from the past, trust me, it might be coming back around. And that's why we have these sacred friendships, okay? That's why sometimes we just let people fly away, right? So then they can just come back when they're ready, right? Just because some people don't talk to you for a while, it doesn't mean they don't like you. It doesn't mean that, you know, they want to cut you off forever. Some people, they have to move on. They have to go into their own life. They have something for themselves, right? And it's not that they didn't care about you, that they didn't like your friendship. People have to make moves in their life, right? And we lose touch with other people, but then suddenly you notice you come face to face with them. And you know what's really weird? I just remembered. So this guy I had this vision about, I actually saw him driving the other day. And it was really weird because I had to go somewhere. I had to go 2 different places that day. So I had to drive around town, one side of the town, back to the other side of the town, other side of the town, and then I'm coming back around downtown. And I swear this motherfucker took a left-hand turn, almost took the front of my car off. He cut so close, and the whole time he's staring at me, and he goes, "Whoa!" And I was like, "Was that so-and-so?" And my sister's like, "I think that was." And I swear to God, he was so fixated on me in the car that he almost hit me. He almost hit the front of my car. So, fun fact for you, that guy ended up just showing up. And I never see him in town ever. But out of leaving town, I left town. I lived in Calgary for like 3.5 years. And then I moved back to town. And so far, out of, I don't know, the 20 people I know from this town, I've seen him the most out of anybody. And like some I probably never see again. But the fact that I see him the most, and then he almost ran me over, and then he was in my dream. So I don't know, man. Again, sometimes you have to learn how to read your dreams. Sometimes people will appear in your dream, but they're wearing a mask of somebody else to try to get into your dream so then you'll talk to them. Okay, so be careful. Like, I don't know if somebody can see their dreams or they have visions, but somebody is going to be in your vision. And there's a sacred friendship there for a reason. And they've chosen a new direction, and that direction seems to be right to you. Okay, Idiot in Reverse and The Perfect Storm. See, I feel like they don't want to miss this storm again. Like, there are people who chase storms. They're called storm chasers. Okay, some people actually want that, not want storms in their life, but some people chase what excites them. Okay, because they've made such horrible decisions in the past and done things they shouldn't have done and chased things they shouldn't have chased, that now they want the real thing because nothing scares them anymore, right? The one thing that Collective has a hard time with, and they think that they can kind of beat, is that people who haven't lived your life or gone down somewhat the same alleys as you will never understand what you've been through. And I know that you think that like maybe people will understand. Unless they've been there, done that, they're not going to. They're not going to understand what it's like to be psychologically abused your whole life. They're not going to understand what it was like to be homeless. They're not going to understand what it's like to have no money. They're not going to understand, right? But somebody that you know from the past that saw you in that shitty state, okay, do you think they're ever going to judge you on that again? No. Because they're like your homeboys from the past. Why would they ever judge you? They know you, right? People that judge on appearance, they don't get these sacred friendships because they're judging too much. They're trying to win something. They're trying to get ahead of everybody. They're trying to look good. People who want real don't really care how it looks because it's real, right? It's real. Wolfgang, you know that shit is on my about section. I tell you all the time. But it's $75 for half an hour, $135 for an hour. Okay. Anything else? Mercy. Mercy in reverse. Why we got the mercy in reverse? Tell me about the mercy in reverse. Okay, so somebody might have an active curse on them right now. Might also be living in a home that's possessed. Demons all around. So this could be somebody from the past that like knows your demons. Knows what you've been through. Because they know you. Somebody knows you. Somebody from the past knows you. They understand you. That's why serendipity, you're going to end up face to face with this person again for whatever exchange needs to be done. Whoa, what is this? Accidents in reverse, flipped up. Which now I feel like there are no accidents. This isn't going to be an accident running into this person. This is for real. This is what needs to happen. No. Why no? No sickness in reverse. No sickness. No sickness. It's almost like spirits telling me they're not sick anymore. They were sick, but they're not sick anymore. Maybe, because The Conjuring, the mother gets sick because she's getting sucked off of by Bathsheba. Okay? So this is almost like whoever, maybe the hex was somebody's sickness feeding off of you. And now this person isn't going to let anybody feed off of you. So I almost feel like maybe they're telling me that like this person is some type of like shield for you or something. Magician? Some godly energy? Look at that, a warlock. Magical as fuck. There it is. So this energy is coming in to protect you, to do magic for you. Well then. So shall it be. And oh my god, look what's on the top of the deck. Witch and warlock. I mean, how cute is that? Honestly, that's adorable. Well, it's just a little match made in heaven. And, match made in heavens are, not just partners. There's like the perfect dog for you, the perfect cat for you, the perfect sweater for you, the perfect car for you. This is like something that is coming back from the past with a whole new attitude. Huh. Well, riddle me that, people. Here we go. Okay, anything else? This is a sign and on. Okay, we've had no show up 3 different times, but twice in reverse. So it's basically, it spells the word on instead of no, right? And then this is a sign that something is happening. Like something's definitely on its way for a come around. Okay. That's all we got to say about that, I guess. Kind of getting a little tongue-tied because I think the reading's over. So anyways, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. Now we're at 1 hour 56. Jeez Louise. That is your full reading, people. Okay, I know we got a little distracted there with the intermission, but I told you it's because I had to make 300 phone calls and have all my neighbors yell at me and be called a fucking bitch. But I don't care because the dog is not outside anymore, so you can call me a fucking bitch all you want. I dealt with it. Okay, so some shit's gonna happen, but you know what? Something's on a rebound. Okay, something is on the rebound. Ooh, look at that. The scales of justice underneath. And that's the thing is, as long as you don't have a desire to try to control what happens next, because I don't think you're going to be able to control what happens next. That's going to be a smooth sailing roller coaster. All right, so I am very appreciative that I got to come on here and do this reading for you guys again, because I did get so interfered last time. I think you were there, Stephen. Oh my God. Okay, so the bitch downstairs was gone for 12 hours. Yeah, almost a day straight. She abandoned her dog. My landlord had to remove the dog from the apartment and give him to somebody else because we thought she was dead and or went to jail because that poor dog cried downstairs for over 12 hours straight because she didn't come and get him. So finally, I'm like, call my landlord. I'm like, dude, the dog is crying. It's been 12 hours. So we let the dog out. Then she came back at like, I don't know, 3 a.m. or something like that. Apparently she got hit by a car. I don't really think she did. She's been quiet all day. My landlord was so angry at her that he said, he told her that he was going to kick her out and he was screaming at her over, oh my God, the balconies. If you knew my landlord, oh my God. He's like a 5'2" little man, walks around with cowboy boots and he has long hair. Oh my God. He's so annoying. So she's on like her last limb. And so if she keeps me up at all, I just call him now. And I wake him up and I yell at him, what the fuck? And then he goes, okay, I'll call her. Like, I got my landlord right now so whipped because I've had to threaten his ass. I threatened to get the city here. I've threatened that I'm going to give him 60 days notice and leave. I've threatened to kick him. Oh my God. Oh, yep. Okay. It's the only way I can get him to do anything. I have to threaten him. It's the saddest thing in the entire world is that I have to threaten him. Yes, anybody can ask for advice, but it will cost you a little bit of money. If you want a channeled message, that is $10. Okay, Ryu, you can send me any question you want, and you just have to pay for it, obviously, like anybody else. Okay, if that's what you want. All right. Thank you, Wolfgang. You have yourself a fantastic evening as well. Thanks, Jess, for being here. All right. Fucking stupid neighbors. Anyways, so I'm probably not going to sleep tonight anyways because now the other dog is left abandoned. 3 people abandoned their dogs over the weekend here, and I just am beside myself with dogs running around, and I don't know what to do. I'm trying so hard to be Mother Teresa, and it's just not working. So anyways, even though she was a baby napper, oh God, why did I even say that? Ugh. Anyways, have a fantastic evening. Okay, thank you everybody for being here. Thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing. I'll be back hopefully tomorrow with some readings. If I get some sleep tonight, please play. I get some some sleep tonight and that the dogs don't bark and keep me up all night, because if they do, I'm going to go crazy, possibly slip into insomnia and get arrested. So everybody, we're just going to pray that Whitney gets some sleep tonight. And I pray that you have a great night, obviously. All right. I have all of you in my head. Always remember that, and my heart. So thank you for being here. All right. Check yous later. I'll see you soon. And thanks for being here. All right. Word to your mothers.